and welcome back to the channel. On this episode we're going to be dealing with the 5 hot tips in order to make you faster at Gran Turismo, and at the end of the video I've got a little bonus tip for you. But there's 5 most essentials that you need to be doing in order to be faster, so let's get on with it. See you in there. Okay, so we're going to set everything that Gran Turismo has to offer on. Every assist that is there to help you get around the track safely without falling off is going to be turned on. This would be only a situation if you were brand new to racing games, brand new to possibly even gaming, and you would set all these settings on. So we're going to stick them all on. We're going to do a lap as fast as we possibly can. Here we go. And we're going to set the gearbox to automatic, so we literally just have to accelerate, turn and brake. That's it. That's all we have to do. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to do a lap with everything on. I'm also going to show you the symbols. When they turn red, it means that they're active. So already we've got 3 before we've even started the lap. There's 3 already working hard for you. And then we have another 3 that are working super hard for you to keep you on the track wherever you're pointing. So obviously the object here is to follow the yellow line, which is not the perfect line, it's just a good starting point of where to be on the track. Okay, so there's a few things we need to explain as we head off down to the first corner, and that is that the brake and steering assist actually steers the car and brakes for you automatically. We come across the red lines across the road, which is where to start braking, and then the yellow one is telling you where you should be on the track. As we approach the first corner, you can see brake assist is working like mad, which means it's braking for you, and the brake signal is telling you that you should be on the brakes. So as we cross the line, we've done 3 laps, averaging 41.6. So we can take that as the starting point for the next lap of where we're going to turn a few Gran Turismo assists off. So we're going to take the auto drive off, which is what we've just been talking about, because it steers and brakes for you automatically. Obviously we are going to go quicker because I know what I'm doing. I have the skills I need to be able to drive Gran Turismo with no assists on. If you're new to the game, you're going to be slower probably, but what you will be learning is essential car control skills that you can't learn when all the assists are on. So we've turned 3 things off at the moment. So we've gone from automatic to manual. We've turned off auto drive because we don't want the game to tell us when to brake and to steer. We need to do that ourselves, obviously. And active stability management has been turned off also. So we've got traction on 2 and we have counter steer. So at this point we have counter steer kicking in, which is stopping the car from rotating or over rotating into the corner. It will also work on the way out. We also then have the traction control working with the counter steer as we've hit the curb, so it's trying to nullify the wheel spin. We cross the line a second quicker with just those 3 assists off. So can we go even quicker if we take them all off? Well, let's get back into the assists. We're going to turn everything off, nothing on whatsoever. I will turn the traction off as we start the run. There we go. And now we're going to do a lap and see how we get on. As we take the first corner, we can see the car's a little bit squiggly. That was due to me putting too much throttle on. And by this second corner, we are already 5/10 up. By the time we cross the line, we're over a second. So now we've gone a second quicker again. So overall, that is 2 seconds quicker than with all the assists on. So this might be painting a bit of a false picture in terms of the times, because I'm 2 seconds quicker without anything on, no assists on whatsoever. You will not be quicker with the assists off if you're first starting the game or you're running with assists on all the time, because it's a skill that you have to acquire. but trust me, when you get to dial those skills in, you will be quicker than you were when the assists were on. That being said, let's move on to the next skill that you need to practice, and that is okay, braking is a massive subject that we're not going to go straight into because it could do with its own video just on how to brake properly. But bearing in mind that braking is just a very important skill that you need to learn to be able to stop the car efficiently and under control. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you some fundamentals just to get you going and get you to get into the pedal feel of how you should be braking within Gran Turismo in particular. But it does work on other sims and in real life. So we're going to start with a test that's taken us from 150 mile an hour, and we're going to brake at the 200 marker, and we're going to see if we just slam on the brakes hard, stay on the pedal for the entire time as hard as you can, and then we're going to run that test again, only this time we're going to start hard and then gradually come off the pedal till the car stops, and then we're going to see where the car stops. You'll be surprised. Okay, so this is the test. We're going to apply the brakes fully at the 200 marker, and as you will watch, we're going to be full on the brakes, don't let off, and then you can use this marker here as to where we stopped. So let's go on the next run where we're going to brake at the 200 marker again. Watch the pedal as I slowly release it a little so we come to a full stop, and you can see that we've stopped way before the marker than we did before. So our braking distance has shortened significantly, which does mean we could brake later into the corner and still under control. So that's a skill that you need to be practicing ASAP. Next. Okay, so training your eyes is a very important skill as well. Most of you will be doing this particular bad habit, me included. I'm still learning it, which is that when you approach a corner, you're not looking through the corner, you're looking at the apex that you're approaching, and then you're too late back on the power, and that slows you down massively. So within Gran Turismo, if you turn on the corner markers, which you can see here, this will visually help you to train your eyes to look through the corner, and the way we're going to do this is like this. Okay, so this is going to be a short one. So what we basically want to do is find the apex marker. As soon as we've spotted it, we want to look beyond it to the exit marker and then head for that as fast as you can. That's it. Okay, so on this section we're going to teach you about throttle control, which is very important also. Brake and throttle, they should be in bed together at all times, giving themselves a good little cuddle and a tickle. And this is the reason why. We're going to approach this corner. As soon as we've stopped and we turn in, we're just going to mash that throttle to the bottom, which I'm sure you're all doing, and you end up with this. A spin, because you weren't controlled. Now we're going to do this thing again, and we're going to be more progressive with the throttle. Watch here. Watch how I just steadily bring it on. Car's under control, got all the grip it needs, and we get out nice and clean. So throttle control, very important. Okay, so the fifth and final tip of the day is, of course, as boring as it may seem, practice. And it is the most important part of all of the tips. Without the practice, you can't implement the tip. It's as simple as that. The tips are there, they need to be practiced, they need to be second nature to you, and in order to get that, you need to practice to the point where you're not thinking about it, it's just reactive. Whatever you're doing is just happening, and that's the great level you need to get to. Obviously there's always room for improvement, so the more practice you do, the tinier the increments will be over time, but you still will make improvements as you go. So that's the end of the 5 tips. If you're still watching, I have another little tidbit for you, which is just a bit of Gran Turismo information really about braking. Let me show you. Okay, if you've made it to the end of the video, thank you very much. I do have a hot tip for you, as I promised at the beginning, if you're still here. And I'm going to tell you about it right now, but before we get there, if you've liked what you've seen today, please consider giving us a subscribe. Smash the like button if you like the content, and smash me up in the comments to let me know if you've got any quicker. You may not get quicker straight off the bat, because obviously you're going to be learning new skills that you've never used before, because the game's been doing it for you. But I guarantee you, if you practice them, you will be quicker and you'll be faster than your times that you've used with all of the aids or all the assists that you've chopped away. You will be quicker eventually, trust me. That being said, and that out of the way, let's get on to this last hot tip of the video. Okay, so in Gran Turismo, there's a very overlooked feature that I think people have spotted, but they've no idea what it's about, so they just ignore it, as you do. But I'm going to give you a hot tip here that will improve your braking no end, and this is it. So in Gran Turismo, you will see the braking indicator has 2 colours. There's a white and a red bar that's flickering up and down. The red bar is how much pressure that you are applying at that particular moment. The white bar is what the ABS is applying brake wise, pressure wise, to the vehicle in order to get it stopped. So the tip is to try and get your braking where your pressure and the red bar is as close to the top of the white bar as you can get. You're not going to get it perfect every time, but if you're like this much over and you can reduce it by half or more, then the benefits you will notice straight away. Try it, just practice it. You'll go off the track a few times. Don't worry about whether you're going off the track or not. Just practice slamming on the brake and then adjusting your pressure so the red bar is as close to the white one as you can to get the car fully stopped. Let me know how you get on. In the meantime, that's the end of it. That's the end of this video. So I'm going to get off and go and do some practicing of these tips myself, because obviously I don't just preach, I practice what I preach. So I'm going to go off and try and get better myself and a little bit faster, and hopefully I'll see you online. In the meantime, it's been a pleasure. It's been GTrealm. I'll see you on the next video. Oh, by the way, you can have a look at these if you want, and you never know, you might like them. Bye for now.